Hello and welcome to our special Emirates 24/7 segment, exclusively for YouTube.
We'll join you each week with your weekly guide to the news that matters from across the UAE.
What are the big headlines of the week and how will they change your life in the UAE?
Emirates 24/7 has the answers. It's a $1 million deal that will put Dubai on the European football map. Last week, Dubai's Royal Emirates Group, owned by His Highness Sheikh Butti bin Suhail Al Maktoum, announced its purchase of La Liga club Getafe.
This comes 2 years after Abu Dhabi consortium, led by His Highness Sheikh Mansour bin Zayed Al Nahyan, took over Manchester City in the English Premier League. So why does European football appear to be such an attractive investment? And what will it mean for local football in the UAE? Priyanka Dutt finds out.
It's Dubai's Spanish connection, as La Liga club Getafe get an image makeover. Dubai-based Royal Emirates Group, owned by a member of the royal family, announced the $1 million takeover in a press conference last week.
The question on most people's minds is why Getafe? Well, for less than 90 million euros, Dubai have gotten a team that is not only debt-free, but have climbed from 4th division to 1st in less than 20 years.
We just wanted a team which is like in a good position, no big debt, which as a business-wise we were trying to figure like the most, like the good position of the teams, and Getafe was one of the best offers.
So how does this really work? Can football fans in the Emirates really support a team from another country? Can sport actually become a successful business model? The answer lies in an Abu Dhabi consortium's successful takeover of the Manchester City Football Club. Not only have Abu Dhabi companies like Etihad and Etisalat entered sponsorship deals with Manchester City, catering to the 50,000 plus loyal fan base in Manchester, England, but recently the UAE's first exclusive Manchester City store opened in the capital, creating a new fan base right here.
It's not surprising to say that Man City is the fastest growing club in terms of supporter base within within Arabic nationals. Now that's why? Well, because you can pretty much count on a lot of Abu Dhabi nationals are going to be supporting Man City now, because that's like the team.
However, the most direct and important impact of such deals is on local sport.
This Team Dubai deal also gives a new lease of life to local football, giving local Emirati talented footballers the chance to belong to and play for a La Liga team.
Emirati players will suddenly have access to European clubs and infrastructure. Add to that the thrill of playing in the country that just won the World Cup.
Having this team in our side, it will support, inshallah, like our local sport. You might see Emirati, inshallah, I hope, and that's one of my wishes really. If not Emirati, maybe from the Arab area.
It's a good plan to use local clubs here as feeder clubs to European clubs, and or vice versa. That's something which you see in other sports, and we've seen within football. There are certain clubs in Brazil, South Africa, Belgium, Holland, which actually feed the likes of Manchester United and Arsenal and Liverpool, where there's a relationship there between those clubs. So the fact that there's the same owner, if that does happen, it does transpire that way, that makes savvy business sense too.
Building a club is a long-term project. Overnight success is rare in football anywhere in the world. But the example from Manchester shows that the right investment at the right time can pay off. Is Getafe this club? Priyanka Dutt, Emirates 24/7.
The agreement is said to be worth around $130 million, and it's hoped that the investment will boost the club's results on the pitch and create further interest in Dubai. Joining us in the studio to shed more light on the goals of this purchase is Seth Holmes, the Director of Consulting for one of the world's biggest and most influential sports marketing agencies, IMG, right here in the Middle East. Thank you for joining us this evening, Seth.
Thanks for having me.
Now, why do you think that the UAE has decided to invest in a Spanish football club? Do you think it's because Spain's got a championship team at the moment? There's a lot of interest in them right now, but why this club in particular?
It's difficult to really pinpoint why this club exactly. People might be thinking to themselves, where is Getafe? I have to say, people in my office were even looking it up on the map. So it's not universally a club that you would initially pinpoint as one of La Liga's leading clubs, But the news that's coming out of the press conference is telling us, well, this is a good investment. It's debt-free, relatively so. They're looking to enlarge the club to improve its performances on the field. So the news is positive in that sense. There's a lot of work to be done, though. The club sits 14th in the league. It's never won major honours. With major honours come major commercial returns. Sponsorship goes up, ticketing goes up, TV rights become more commercially viable for the club, and it helps the club to operate. So in a sense, you know, it's a concentric circle. In performances on the pitch help the commercial performances off the pitch.
Mm-hmm. Right. Now, yes, there's a little hesitation, obviously, with regards to this particular deal, but still, I think great potential there, particularly, you know, with the eyes on the Middle East right now with the Qatar 2022 World Cup. You're looking for it as, you know, it's basically, obviously there's Man City and Qatar has as well as invested in Malaga in Spain.
Correct.
Do you think there's this potential to really help to push forward and grow the regional industry, this acquisition, or acquisitions like this?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, football in Dubai, football in the UAE is to a certain extent, professionally is in its infancy. The UFL is small but growing, making great strides towards professionalism. I think they announced during this deal that Getafe were going to have some kind of a academy over here to improve talent identification, as well as some kind of commercial deal with players and sponsors. Great, again, all adds to the industry at large. It all improves the professionalism of the industry in this region. Obviously, it's you know, Getafe is a small club. It's growing. They will need some investment in that club, and to me, that's the big question mark: is to what degree are they going to invest into the club? The size of the stadium at Getafe is 17,000 now. There's some clubs in the UAE here who have a significantly larger stadium than that. And again, stadiums are so important in the life cycle of a club in terms of enlarging the audience, enlarging the ticketing, and then everything snowballs from there. So I think investment at the moment is what we should be asking. The press conference, I think they've told us that they're planning to invest, you know, as much as they've purchased the club for. So that's another $130 million worth of investment. If they're going to put that in, then I would suggest Getafe has got a really strong chance of taking itself up into the higher echelons of La Liga.
It sounds like there is a lot of potential for growth, though, because they haven't had all of these victories. As you said, they are ranked 14th at the moment, no real history of huge success. So there's a lot of potential for growth. So it sounds like it could be quite an interesting investment.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, the UAE really turning things around, I think, would be a nice byline.
Absolutely. And I think, you know, all of that is possible. You've got to be in it long term, no question about it. If you're there looking to turn around a club in 3 to 5 years, it's not going to happen. You're looking at really a 10 to 20 year investment. You look at other investors, you know, the Glazers come to mind at Manchester United. I think they're one of 5 now US owners in Premier League clubs, which is interesting. That's been a major player. They obviously see some value in there. They're looking for capital growth. They're not looking necessarily to turn around a profit on the pitch. Arsenal is slightly different. They make a profit, around about 50 million last year. Interesting, they're one of the few clubs in the Premier League that actually make a profit. So they're looking for capital growth. So again, we would you know, question the Royal Emirates Group. Are you looking to make a profit on the pitch? Are you looking for long-term capital growth? Are you looking to promote your brand Dubai? Arguably, Emirates have done a fantastic job in the football space promoting brand Dubai. They're a World Cup sponsor. They sponsor, I think, 6 to 8 different football clubs, from Hamburg to AC Milan, and done a great job branding or bringing the brand Dubai to those areas. And really, Royal Emirates Group will have a job keeping up with what they've done.
Obviously, it's a smaller club. It's not something like Arsenal on that scale, and the investment obviously isn't quite the same, or the sponsorship isn't quite the same as Emirates has done in the past. But there's certainly a potential. I think from the beginning, they're taking it forward with the idea to sponsor brand Dubai. What are your thoughts?
I think it's a really tough one, if I'm honest. Team Dubai, bringing that into an existing club is going to be very, very challenging. I see it could be a PR nightmare if some of the fans resist, as perhaps you would. Imagine you're an Al Wasl fan and a Chinese the Chinese government comes and buys your club and they start renaming it Team China Al Wasl. I don't think you'd be too happy about that.
I mean, there's other potential though. I mean, they're talking about, you mentioned the training camps, talent scouts in the region. There's also potential to bring some of the local players to the club, and if you have that there, I think, independent of Team Dubai, well, Team Dubai would seem more appropriate for one, and then two, you hopefully get the fans on board when they see, Emirati players really performing well for their club. Yeah,
absolutely. Exchange of coaching and training, enlarging the professional base of players, exchanges, as you've just said, all fantastic for football, but they take time. Again, it's not a 3 to 5 year plan, it's a 10 to 15 year plan. And if you can convince people that you're in it for the long term like that, and you're planning on turning it around over a number of years rather than as a short term deal, then I think you'll start getting them on side.
Oh, definitely a very interesting investment though. Seth, thank you so much for stopping by. We appreciate your time.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
That's all we have time for on this special segment of Emirates 24/7, exclusively on YouTube. Feel free to get in touch with us. We'd love to hear your thoughts about all the top stories of the week.
You can drop us a line at emirates24-7@dmi.ae or send us a message via our Facebook page, Emirates 24/7 on Dubai One.
You can even message us via BBM or watch previous shows online at dmi.ae/Dubai One.
And of course, you can also check us out right here at youtube.com/watch Dubai One.
We'll be back with another huge show next week as the Arabian travel market takes off in Dubai. The top deals, the best hotels, and the cheapest flights. We'll speak to those in the know.
And don't forget, we'll be broadcasting the royal wedding live on Dubai One on Friday from 11 a.m. till 5 p.m. Will you be part of the 2 billion people tuning in?
Well, but for now, from all the team here at Emirates 24/7, it's goodbye.